Fun times. All right.
Fair enough.
We're finally back.
It's taken a while. I just found out it was 8 months. I thought it was like 2 or 3.
The time flew by for me too.
Yep.
I was surprised.
Time flies when you're not having fun.
Time flies without goop juice.
Without goop juice. Hey, we've got goop juice.
Yeah, goop juice.
Goop juice. We have to do a tutorial on how to make your own goop juice one day.
Yeah. People will have to let us know, won't they, if they're up for the cooking episode.
Yeah. It's going to take a while. There's a lot involved.
Yeah.
A lot involved.
Have to make sure to harvest the ingredients properly and all that too.
We screwed it up a couple of times and early on, but we've got it down pat now, so that's good. That's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Find a good supplier too for it.
Yeah. Wow. So yeah, we're back.
Yeah.
Yes.
And out of the Empire. After ages.
And try and get in now before this title gets inevitably stolen.
Yes.
Now that I think about it. I didn't even think about it till just now.
Someone told me about that, and if that's actually true, I'm going to be very angry. And usually I'm quite indifferent towards it, but if they're stealing me, I'm like...
I'm angry all the time, so it's fine. But
that's your secret. You're always angry.
On the plus side, though, now that I also think about it, it'll probably boost your views.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to go looking for it.
And hopefully more people find this fan animation of Out of the Empire.
That's it. Yeah, so, could have some benefits. But either way, speaking of fans coming across it, I guess we should come across it. Because unfortunately, as much as I love these, I keep leaving actually watching them until I come here.
And it's been more than 8 months since we actually looked at it, probably.
So I'm extraordinarily behind on this series, but...
now's the time we're catching up.
Yeah, it was for a good reason. So...
Yeah.
Eels.
Let's go.
Eels. Still so good.
Just the vibe.
No, I assure you, everything is fine.
I should
I'm not decided that as long as
Oh,
we're
that's
out this
crinkly.
way, we might as well take a look around the Alvarado system.
So,
I understand, Your Highness.
first
May I
protocol...
recommend, though, that you
I'll
don't
just
stay
pause
away
it.
too much
Whoops.
longer.
Oh my! Where did we go? What has
I
happened?
thought I would pause. And then I clicked a different thing.
Oh no! And now it is all skew whiff. No, just straight off the bat, 3PO's looking incredible.
Yeah. That's a really good 3PO.
Yeah,
Go back the little bit there.
like that's straight up movie quality 3PO.
Yeah, that looks like he's lifted straight from the movie.
If you told me that was a still from Empire Strikes Back or something, I'd believe you at first, and then yeah.
And then you go, oh, this will
Yeah,
be
it's like,
funny in
no,
the
it's
background.
not. Yeah, wow.
But yeah, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
Take a look around the Alvarado system.
I understand, Your Highness. May I recommend, though, that you don't stay away too much longer?
We'll be back soon.
We'll be back soon.
Just want to check out their
That model's fantastic.
Yeah.
And the
I
movement.
just want to check out their manufacturing
Yeah,
infrastructure.
it's spot on.
Yes, Your Highness.
Congratulations.
I'll pass that information on to the Council. I'm sure they'll be pleased to hear it. I wonder if I might be permitted to speak with Captain Solo for a moment.
I'm here, Winter.
I wanted to know if you had any idea
The
yet
shrug.
when you and Princess Leia would be returning. Admiral Akbar, particularly, has been asking about you.
You'll have to thank the Admiral for his interest. I trust he's doing all right himself.
He's having some problems with the family now that school is in full swing.
Squabbling amongst the children.
Bedtime arguments mainly. Problems with the little one. You understand.
Yeah. What's the latest on the Bafashi problem?
There were some problems with supply shipments, but the material seems to be moving well enough now.
Did
The
Akbar pick up
background
some
for
mothballed
Coruscant there
container
looks
ships from
lifted out of the
somewhere?
movie too.
Actually, he made his
Looks
own.
really good.
He's taken some star cruisers and attack frigates, given them
I mean, I don't want to just talk all over the top of it, but just everything looks again a notch up. Like every single time we watch another episode, it's another notch up again.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like some of the first episodes, the backgrounds were like deliberately blurred out or out of focus because there just wasn't a lot of detail there to be shown.
Yeah.
And now we're just seeing some incredible backgrounds, incredible settings, and the models keep getting upgraded.
Yeah.
Hands looking better and better. Like,
And even with some of the film grain on it, it makes me think of the older games as well, like in Shadows of the Empire cutscenes and
all that
stuff.
stuff about Akbar's family?
But no, this is getting better every time.
Sounds like Fealea started a major push against Akbar. You and Winter should have worked out a better verbal
Lando
code.
looks a bit out of place without a cloak, though.
Probably.
Give Lando a cloak, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
You're just consistently so impressed with the series.
And the beautiful landscape shots.
Well, well. Has civilization finally come to Abrogado?
Yeah, civilization, the security forces,
Looks like
of course.
someone's just bought the heavy end of the hammer. That's the hammer, all right. Let's hope that's not our contact. Where are we meeting him, anyway? Right over there.
They just completely
Been
ignore
here
the
before.
security forces.
Last
What?
time was years ago.
But as a
Worse than Mos Eisley.
just as a fan series, this is incredible. Though. Like the voice acting is so on point.
It's as close as you get without having the actual actors there.
Yeah.
Douche.
Good day, gentles. How may I serve?
Do you have any Olmec wine?
We do indeed. 47,
Right, wobble.
49, 50, and 52.
We'll have the 49.
Thank you, gentles.
The Colt 49.
Actually, we didn't say anything about what we should
But,
order.
yeah,
But since I like a good Olmec wine, yeah. And Coruscant will be picking up the tab for it. Yeah, something like that.
Will there be anything else, gentles?
Not right now. Thank you.
Thank you.
He didn't unscrew the lid.
So, I guess we wait.
Can't have everything, I guess. Can't have everything. But
Hey! HK
my
boys!
boy, he's turned up.
My boy, HK47, let's go!
Oh wow.
Best to ignore us. Attendant,
Yes, gentles?
give me 27 chips, will you?
Certainly.
Wait a minute. You're not going over there, are you? Got a better idea? He's our contact. I don't want to lose him.
And he's got his pack of Mentos.
There really is just. I mean,
Deal me in.
I don't mean to rain on what happened before, or like the first episodes or whatever.
What? You haven't even bet yet.
But the improvements in the way the models actually, like the movement, significantly less janky, far more natural.
That's more like it.
Yeah.
Faces, the hair, even the clothing modeling is just, it's.
I used to drop the heavy end of the hammer on the guys back home
getting
all
so
the
much
time.
better every time.
I'm almost hoping it's not too difficult to, once this is done,
Not exactly
to go
an
back
amateur
and just like
myself.
redo, the old scees
Probably 63 games.
using some of the upgraded models or whatever. But even if you can't, that's fine. But this is just phenomenal.
I was gonna
where your mouth is?
bring
Don't need any.
there. Well, there's an example. That's a card supposed to be shaped like that. Do you think?
I've seen a few different versions. I think that's probably the only other.
Because I was thinking that someone gifted me a set of some of the new ones from the new canon, and they're the similar shape.
Yeah.
But I also kind of want to see on them, and I don't know if it's easy to show in the animation or not, but how I'm sure he could do it. If you could see the holographic parts where it shifts on the cards, because that's something that's missed from what technology we have at the moment, being able to play the card game of Sabaki in real life. Be
For
cool
now.
to see it in there.
Well, if you just had a deck of smartphones.
Could.
Yeah. Just have a
And just hack all of them.
Yeah,
and go,
hack all of them.
"Ah, I'm going to give you an idiot's array."
But yeah, these. I don't know. I'm just so consistently impressed, and I guess I can only say that so many times.
Yeah.
But wow,
I may just take you up on it.
that's just approaching photorealistic there.
Cheater. You are a cheater, sir.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know full well what I'm talking about. This card is a skifter.
Oh, nice. As I mentioned
Card I
it.
was dealt.
As I mentioned it.
Is it?
And there
That's
it is.
the card I was dealt. If it's a skifter, it's not my fault.
Move aside, Reverend. We'll take care of this.
Those look like some Mass
Hands on the
Effect helmets, don't they?
Yeah. But no,
It still fits.
I'm trying to work out what he's actually done here with the face
I need
modeling.
a skifter to win at Savick.
Like all these characters just
I
have
have one who was dealt to me.
incredible.
Well, there's one way.
Yeah, I haven't followed the behind the scenes to know if he like switched to a newer version of the program he's using or something else.
Yeah,
Don't tell us our job, Reverend.
because these are like
Get that
photorealistic
scanner over
faces,
Here, will you?
Yeah, they are.
Him first.
as far as I can tell. Fair enough. Hello.
All right.
That was quick. I wasn't expecting them to turn you loose for at least an hour.
They didn't have much of a case. Torp slipped out.
He's waiting in the lounge and considers himself in our debt.
That could be useful.
Then again, it could not.
It's good to see you again, Torp.
Have you heard of a being
You
called
too,
Jar Jar
Solo.
Binks?
I thanked Calrissian already, but I wanted to thank
Have you heard
too.
the tragedy of Jar Jar
I'm in your
lives?
And nice to see you still
It's
working
not a
together.
story the Jedi would
Well,
tell
it's
you.
more like
A story than Naboo would tell you.
I wanted to kill him for a while. No big deal, really.
All the
Falcon,
Naboo
right?
after
I heard
the
rumors
rise
you
of the
stole it.
Empire, like, it's all Jar Jar's
Like I
fault.
said, I was mad. It wasn't quite a theft, although it felt like it. I ran short of credits in a Savick game. I offered Hen his pick of any of my ships. He was supposed to go for one of the flashy yachts. Now the freighter I've been quietly upgrading for myself.
Did a good job, too.
Aha.
Chewie and I wound up redoing it ourselves. But
You
you knew that
outplayed
already.
yourself.
Yep.
I like to feel out my customers before we do business. People who lie about their history usually lie about the job. So,
Fair.
what can
Yeah.
Talon Card do for you?
I want to offer Card a deal. The chance to work directly with the New Republic.
Yeah, I'd heard you were going around pushing that scheme with other groups.
And pray he doesn't alter
The general
it further.
feeling is that you're trying to set them up for Akbar to take down.
I'm not. We need to get more shipping capacity from somewhere.
There is a
And
bit of
smugglers are
the
logical
difference in
supply
the
cap.
level
Sounds
of the
like an
audio
interesting
there
offer.
that I'm just like, oh,
course,
the feedback's coming
I'm
through the
not
mic.
decisions like that.
So take us to Card. Let Han talk to it.
Sorry. He's at the main base at the moment. I can't take you there.
Why not?
Because we don't let strangers just flit in and out.
All right then. How are you going to get back there?
I guess I'll have to figure out a way to get my ship back, won't I?
That'll take time. On the other hand, someone who showed up with proper credentials,
You? And the catch?
no catch. All I want is for you to let us give you a lift back to your base and 15 minutes to talk with Card.
I'll get in trouble if I do this. You know that. But I guess I really do owe you. One condition. I do all the navigation and erase the logs.
Good enough? When do we leave?
As soon as you're ready. Unless you want to go back and play those.
Forget it. I try not to play Savick when there are fanatics breathing down my neck.
Yes. The Reverend put on a good show, didn't he? Don't know what we would have done without him.
Wait a minute. You know him?
Sure. He's my contact here. He couldn't have made nearly so much fuss without a stranger like you to pick on, though.
I suppose that was his skifter, too.
Sure was. But why are you complaining? I'm taking you to see Card, right?
He played cards to find Card.
Oh,
Whoa.
my. There is genuinely just such a marked impression. I almost want to go. I want to go back. Well, I mean, not right now, obviously, but I really want to go back and just watch like the first two again, just to see how it compares now in my mind.
Yeah.
Because
you could almost just completely redo it and it'd be better, I would think.
oh yeah, definitely. But then the other thing too is, I mean, we're barely. What would we be now? Vaguely a third through The first novel.
Yeah, he put
A
a
quarter or a
thing
third.
up on Twitter. I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah.
Of how his plan's gone. Oh, I didn't even sign into Twitter on here. Why can't you search on Twitter
Why can't you do this thing?
without signing in? That's
Elon, fix your site. Yeah. The thing is though, is like if we are, I'm vaguely guessing between a quarter and a third of the way through the novel. It actually is probably closer to a third. Doesn't really matter. That's neither here nor there. The fact that the improvements so far have been that marked, I can only imagine what the final episode of the first novel is going to be like. And yeah, well, verification codes with this.
Yeah,
I can tell you all
because
these verification codes.
Too bad they just changed.
Oh no, no longer useful. Oh, but yeah, it's when I'm just seeing those kind of leaps and bounds in the tech that's being used from episode to episode, and there's clearly so many more left to go. Wow. But it's not just the look of it, that's not. Oh well, we found something.
I have misspelled his name because I put an O in it.
DarthAngelus. Angelos.
I don't know why, but it's like I guess
Angelos.
it's an Ossification or a British thing that we put our OU
Angos? Yeah,
there. Yeah,
DarthAngelus.
there we go. DarthAngelus.
Okay.
So that's the part he's up to at the moment. It's not the full picture because, of course, that starts at chapter 22. But he's only a few chapters off, really.
No. Surely not.
We're on so the latest one's chapter 23, unless he's bamboozles us again and releases one just after we record it.
Bamboozled.
That was 2 weeks ago. He shouldn't be pumping out the next chapter that quickly.
No, although we'd like to think so.
So, yeah, chapter 24 to 32, and then it's done.
Wow.
That's
closer than I thought it was.
yeah.
Mind you, I guess there isn't actually much more to go, is there? Because you just got to basically find card.
Keen.
End up getting the...
Now that we see his animations improving more and more, I see the fights between Luke and Joris and all that.
Yeah, that'll be exceptional. Just to get there, though.
Yeah.
Not only exceptional, but a long way off.
Not as long as we thought. What am I doing?
What are you doing? What's going on? What's all this, then?
What's all this then? Another chapter?
Another chapter? Good lord. Nice.
Never thought it could be.
Oh, the wild card's hiding back there with his nice and easy little carry handle.
Nice. He has a model of the wild card in it.
Trouble?
A minor problem only. A bit of an awkward one, though. Torf just called to say he was on his way, with guests. Former New Republic generals Lando Calrissian and Han Solo.
Ugh, what do they want?
Apparently,
That's a good question.
just to talk to me. Calrissian and Solo helped Torf avoid being arrested.
They're going to come
Then
talk to
thank
Space
them,
Jesus.
have them put Torv down, and tell them to get off the planet. You didn't invite them
Her
here.
top's not leather like before.
On the other hand,
Oh,
Torf
it's not
seems
as
to think he's
shiny.
under a certain obligation to them.
Then let him pay it back on his own time.
Torv is one of my associates. His debts are the organization's. You should know that by now.
You're not going to give Skywalker to them, are you?
I thought I made it clear that he stays here until I know why Grand Admiral Thrawn is so interested in acquiring him. We'll move him a bit more out of the way. We can't risk Solo or Calrissian stumbling over him. Put him in the number
I do
4
remember
storage.
the battery in the hand
Use
trick.
that
It was pretty
before our
cool.
guests arrive.
Yep.
Which reminds me,
Put that away.
after you move Skywalker, write his X-ray father back.
It'd be funny if you just left
Can
it
you
on.
fly
Han
an
and
X-wing?
Lando walking. It's
I
like,
can
hey,
fly
that's
anything."
Luke's lightsaber.
Well,
They
what
better
are we
be
here?
Many after the minutes.
Yeah, the facial expressions and everything, just the movement is so much more natural.
Yeah.
Which I think has actually been the case now for the last couple of episodes, that the movement's getting more and more natural. It's not like it's just, boom, there it is, but...
Yeah.
Get your case and let's go.
I was like, oh, I was sleeping.
Cards made a decision.
You're moving to one of the storage sheds. We've got company coming, and we don't have any formal wear your size. Move.
At least they brought his speeder. That was
Yeah.
nice of them.
Yeah.
Patched that up and brought it down.
And then they make him walk.
He's going
In
to carry
here.
his own luggage.
Yeah, that's rough.
Oh, man.
Looks
I don't
cozy.
even remember if I
Probably
mentioned he had
quiet,
luggage
too.
in the book.
No, he does now.
Yeah.
Ideal for Jedi meditation.
Doesn't even think, he could stack these up using the Force and then jump out the roof.
Enjoy quiet.
I do love, though, how shooting door panels works in Star Wars. Sometimes you shoot the panel and the door shuts. Sometimes you shoot the panel and the door opens. Sometimes you shoot it and it doesn't do anything. It just means you
She
can't
managed
open
to
the door.
shut it from the other side as well that time. The shot didn't even go all the way through.
Like, she'd feel like such an absolute dolt if she shot the panel, the door just goes...
Dating
like,
R2.
oh,
I'm gonna try and get this power outlet open.
both locked
Now
in
we're
here.
stuck
Probably
in
one on
here.
your side too. Can you get it open?
I didn't want to have alone time with Skywalker.
No, just
Not
hang
yet.
on.
That's not for another...
Not for another 10 years. Spoiler alert, but hey, if you don't know it, where have
Looks
you been
like they've
going?
already
Yeah,
cut the power.
what rock have you been under? But yeah, just been the best. Just shoots it.
R2.
Yeah.
You know anything about cybernetic limb replacements?
R2 knows about everything.
All I need is to get one
R2
of the
is the
power
Sith Lord
supplies
we've been
out,
looking for.
and I should be able to unlock the door with it. Good. Let's get to it.
The cliffhanger. The next episode might be the hand trick. Or not.
I like it just leaves it there. It's like, do you know anything about cybernetic limb replacements? Like, boo, boo, just like leaves it the cliffhanger. Next time we come back and R2's got two fleshy human arms. Just
Or Luke comes up and he's got the wheel on the base bottom of him and the two R2 arms on the other side.
This is why we're not allowed to direct anything. This is why we're not allowed to do
But where we'd
fan
have a lot of
films.
fun with playing the role-playing games.
Just Luke just rolls out on 3 treads. Shocking. Actually, you can probably walk out with the R2 treads. I've got one of those really old. Which one is it? It's one of those old kids' books, 1983, based on the Droid series. But like for some odd reason, the illustrations throughout every how like R2's usually both his little limbs back
Yeah.
on the side. Every illustration, he's just got his little. It looks like he's walking. He's just like walking across the page. Yeah, very unusual illustrations.
See, that's how you know R2 is putting on a facade the
Absolutely.
entire time.
Yeah.
In the movies and everything, is that he uses his treads.
Yeah.
When he can just walk.
He can just fly. He can just and then just go for a walk.
Yeah.
What's all this rolling around business?
Yeah.
R2, he's having them on.
Yeah.
But no, this is definitely just, again, I don't think we can praise it enough, frankly.
Yeah.
And compared to
really.
some other fan things that we've seen,
Yeah.
this is just absolutely top notch. Like, wow. Yeah.
And nothing that dramatically seems to be off.
No.
Like
No,
the Sabat card shapes, like, yeah, okay, I can see where the inspiration came from it.
And also, as I said, I have seen different variations through the years anyway, whether it's like West End games doing some illustrations or in some comics or whatever, or, there are some variations on...
Or just my own imagination.
Or your own imagination.
Like, yeah, had a square card, but then it was sort of the film in the middle of it that can just shift.
Yeah. Yeah, so
That was
I've
my
seen,
imagination of it.
I've definitely seen enough variation that we can't just go, oh, that's wrong. Oh. I mean, the only thing obviously is still the updated Chimera with the on the bottom. But
Yeah.
again, it's so easy to overlook, and it's one of those things that when everything else is so exceptional, you can actually do a lot more than just that, and I'll still forgive it.
And I guess
it's just that exception.
in the context, you know which ship it is for looking at it, so
Yeah.
it makes sense as far as, okay, yes, that one's a Chimera, not... Oh, between these 10 Star Destroyers we're showing in the same frame, which one is...
Yeah. It doesn't need to have one just like slightly bluer than the rest. Just like one's just painted in blue, no reason.
With red lights on it. Red lights.
Just a little flag sticking out the back. This is the Chimera. Yeah, no, it's very, very difficult to fault anything with this. The pacing is great. So the way that we've gone through well, I don't know if you want to. Have we gone through the novel or the comic? It really feels like this is definitely based on the novel, because I reread the comics recently, and the comics have managed to condense things in a very different manner to what this is.
Yeah.
So it's
I think he may have read the comic.
Yeah.
And then gone, okay, yeah, but I'll do some different things to this and actually base it off the novel.
Yeah, because to abridge it, you can go several different ways, and the comic is significantly different in terms of pacing to
with
this.
a callback to an earlier episode, I'm actually going to be rereading Out to the Empire soon.
Nice.
So that'll be good. The 20th anniversary edition that I've got sitting here.
Oh yeah, with all the little annotations in it.
Yeah, it's got all the annotations and stuff in it. At the time when I got this, I managed to actually get it from a bookshop.
What?
That was new. I ordered it in.
My goodness me. A bookshop?
Not one of those, you have to find a second hand on eBay or somewhere.
And then pay an arm and a leg. A cybernetic arm and a leg. I don't even want to know how much this would be on eBay now. Probably not exceptionally overpriced, but...
Not as much as an original print, I would imagine, but... Still, this is the book that this is based on. If you have not read it, do it.
Do it. Just do it. Absolutely do it, because it's it's an exceptional read, and the fact that you can boil it down to a relatively short, and I say relatively short because what are these, like 4 or 5 minutes a piece?
Yeah.
You can break it down to such relatively short bits, and here's the comic, by the way.
Yeah.
Just so in case you're wondering.
I had the comic on hand next to it. I'm like, well, why not show that too, since I showed the novel? This is the trade paperback. It's got a bit of damage on it, but that's how I got it.
Yeah.
It's well loved.
Yeah, mine definitely is. Actually, I still have the very first copy of Heir to the Empire that I bought, and I really wish I brought it along now, because it is destroyed. Utterly destroyed. It came with me to school, like day after day, week after week, because I read a lot at school, and I think I did about 3 rereads while I was at school, like during lunch breaks or on the bus going to and from or whatever. So that particular copy is absolutely destroyed. It is dog-eared beyond belief, faded, it's got stains all over it, like just bouncing around in a kid's school bag. But that's how they're loved, and I've since bought several different other replacement backup copies, but I've still got my first, as destroyed as it is. And Carl's finding something of great interest for us now. But yeah, what I was saying...
I am gonna just see how far into the comic he is.
Fair enough. Yeah, so the fact... Okay, it is just a little over halfway.
Just about halfway for how the comic does it. This is the part where he's talking about his... trying to get out of there with his power source and stuff.
Where's the bit where HK-47 rocks up? Because that was my favourite part of the animation.
Yeah,
so I can only imagine it must be in the comic.
It has to be. It was in the Cantina.
I'd laugh so hard if HK actually is there.
Would be hilarious.
And we've never noticed. I'm like, oh. I mean, again, the setting all looks very different, but yeah, it's all open for interpretation.
It's interesting how it changed the look of the hologram.
Well, it's interesting how he changed the look of a lot of stuff, but yeah, I genuinely don't mind it. Again, that probably proves that it's based off the novel.
Yeah.
And we haven't actually used a lot of...
It also might not be appropriate for YouTube if you just have this glowing naked woman.
I mean, I'd watch it.
YouTube might take it down.
YouTube like, no glowy naked women for you. The fact that you can distill it down to these small episodes and it's still so compelling and the pacing is so good. And there are literally screen grabs from what we've just watched that if you just took that one image and you showed it to someone, not someone who's familiar with Star Wars, because certainly with us, if you show us an image, say, what movie is that from, we can tell you what movie it's from, or if it's not. But if you grab someone who's not as familiar, I guess, with it, and you just showed them, like, that image of 3PO, or the image of them in the Cantina, or R2, I mean, I didn't even mention it, but the R2 model is just as detailed as 3PO is. And you showed them that. They just think that was from one of the movies. Seriously, it's approaching that level of quality, and the voice acting is phenomenal.
Yeah.
On all
It was
fronts.
only that bit of difference in audio volume.
Yeah, which
That
I'm going to
was
guess that the voice actors are not at any time in the same recording studio. Oh, that's a guess. That's an absolute
That's a guess.
And that's why they vary a bit, because someone's just calling in the...
And a little bit of an audio mixing thing and whatever. And hey, it's good.
Yeah.
I just get annoyed because I go, if the speaker's lower, but it's louder on that person. It's going to feed back into the microphone.
They're going to get this horrible noise. Yeah, it's no, it's can't praise it enough.
Because
Can't praise it enough.
Yeah, no, it would be solved if we used an earphones and had one ear each or something. But we don't get the full experience like that either.
It'd look a bit dorky as well. We're not getting the full experience anyway, because to be perfectly honest, as a behind-the-scenes thing here, we're talking over what's been said so much.
Yeah.
The only bonus is, of course, is we're also incredibly familiar with what's being said.
Yeah.
So, which again, too, is probably why I'm commenting so much on the visuals, because in terms of the actual storyline and the characters and what they're saying and what's happening, is like, well, we know.
HK 50, no, it'll be like HK 100 something like that.
HK 1642.
It's now canon to the Empire.
Yeah, that's it. There he is. Oh, yeah, that was. Where did they get that model from, though? That does look like it was just dropped straight out of a game trailer or something. It looked.
I reckon it would have been based on the teaser for the KOTOR remake, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because it was good though. It's fun having those sort of things in there.
And I wonder if Project Aperon had any models for HK.
Yeah,
that people could look at.
That's definitely what got dropped
before
in there.
it was dropped, and then now who knows what's going to happen with remakes and whatever.
Just go underground. Always just go underground with this sort of stuff.